Good evening and welcome back to the YouTube channel Tom Wilson Racing. Here today with a look ahead to the Tingle Creek meeting at Sandown and Aintree. So selections from Friday and Saturday's racing coming up. A lot to get through, so we're just going to jump straight ahead into the action. Starting with tomorrow's racing at Sandown, with the first selection coming in the 115, which is a Class 3 handicap chase over 1 mile 7 furlongs. Firstly, to touch on the going at Sandown in particular, they've had quite a bit of heavy rainfall there today. I understand between 7 and 10 mil. The official going soft, I think it could be on the testing side. I'm working on base of soft and heavy ground, really. What I'm going to do over the course of this video is I'm going to introduce a new method that I'm using of shortlisting my selections. So we're going to start with this race, the 115, and just to show you what I've been doing. This is my new way of shortlisting. Looking at this is how I'm going to start shortlisting my horses, by looking at the form in this sort of level, the standard that they're set over fences, hurdles, course form, trip form, and going. These are the fundamentals that I put on with the score at the end. So in this case, we're assessing these horses on going, trip, course, form at a high level, form at this level, and strike rate over fences. So 6 key areas there. The horse that I've gone for is the one that scores highest, 5.5 out of 6, which is Hudson de Grugy. Now, the price has gone slightly. I'll touch on that in a moment. But just to look at him here, he on his best racing post rating, he would be £8 off the likes of Dreams of Home of Donald McCain and Fast Book of Jane Williams. But 124 looks a fair mark, I think. He's a one win from 6 over fences, 16% strike rate. He's got winning form at this level. He's a grade 3 winner over fences, so he's already performed higher than what a lot of these horses have in this race, as you can see. Course form, a lot of these have been beaten or not got any Sandown form. He's 4 from 7 at the track. He's got winning form over this trip. The booking of Harry Cobden is an eye-catching one in the saddle. He's currently operating at a 27% strike rate. As I've already mentioned, he scores highest on my shortlist by some distance. Only real negative would be his strike rate over fences, but at 16% he's still fair. That being said, he did win a grade 3 handicap chase here at Sandown in similar conditions, when only a pound lower off a mark of 123. So his mark of 124 does look pretty lenient, I'd say. He has finished on the trip 2 miles 7 furlongs, which was far too long for him. And he finished second behind Lack the Constance on one of his chase starts. Lack the Constance last year was a novice chaser to follow, really. So I still think that form's okay. As I mentioned, he's 4 from 7 at the track, which is a good return. He's 4 wins from 5 starts when going right-handed in England. He's 5 wins from 6 starts under rules. Sorry, 5 of the 6 wins under rules have come on soft or heavy ground, so suited by conditions. He posted his best racing post rating of 134 when beating Calico at Lingfield in December 2021 in identical conditions to this. Now, the price has gone slightly. As you can see, he's been backed in from 6 to 1 to 9 to 2, but you can get 9 to 2 with extra place and Sky Bet 4 extra places. So that's how I'm going to play it, half a point each way. He's run well fresh in the past as well. So I think he's got a really good chance on De Grugy. I think 9 to 2 is a very fair one. It's a bit of a balaclava territory going in for the each way, but that's how I'll be playing it. So that's Hudson De Grugy, 9 to 2 each way. Moving on to the Winter Novices Hurdle, which is the next race on the card. And this is another one that I'm a little bit frustrated with. The price is still there, actually. It was the outsider of the field, my selection here. So I'll show you the shortlist I've run off. So here are the key trends that we've got, which is handy with graded races. You're looking for a 4 and a 5-year-old. They've run recently, within the last 38 days. 9 of the last 12 runs are at least 2 runs over hurdles, which is quite a As you can see, that's quite a deciding factor in this race. And we're looking for a horse rated 129 or over. Now, I've decided not to use the ratings for this for the purpose that 3 of the 5 haven't been rated as of yet. But my selection, Josh the Boss, who represents Nigel Twiston Davis, has got a rating and he's only £1 short of that 129 mark. Now, he's run within the required days. He has got 2 runs over hurdles and he's only £1 on RPRs behind Insurrection with Paul Nicholls, who's a far, far shorter price. So, as I said, he's got 2 runs over hurdles, whereas the top 3 in the market at the moment, south of the border, Insurrection, Personal Ambition, only have 1. It's a soft ground bumper winner and hurdles when winning at Aintree on soft ground. Comfortable winner at Aintree when making all. He made all that day, which would suit here at Sandown if they were to be aggressive with him from the front. The form wasn't all that great from that Aintree race. It hasn't worked out too great after, but you couldn't help but be impressed by the manner in which he won. And Nigel Twiston Davis is also running really well at the moment to a 30% strike rate. He's 13-2. I'm going to chance him each way here. I think he's going to make it from the front. He might just get caught, though. Personal Ambition, the only one that has winning form over this trip. But Josh the boss each way at 13-2 there. And my final selection, the price has gone on this. I'm happy to say I've got on early with Stay Away Faye. It's logging me out of my Sky bet. So we will leave that bet. I did get on at 6-5 earlier on, which is a huge, huge price. I haven't bothered doing the shortlist for this. The case is pretty simple, to be fair. We saw off the change of manner reopposes there at Exeter. Although he's got to give £3 away, I think Stay Away Faye will be better suited by this testing stamina that the 3 mile in soft grounds are going to present. He's £15 better in official ratings. Yeah, I think he's a safer bet than Diovenko. I'm still not convinced by his jumping. He unseated on his chase start at Carlisle, and he benefited from the omitted fences at Aintree when winning, in my opinion. People are going to put him up because he's a bigger price, but I think Stay Away Faye is a much, much better horse, even though they were both rated 143. Sorry, Juvenco was rated 143 over hurdle, Stay Away Faye 147. Stay Away Faye's form is a grade 1 winner already. Over hurdles, winning the Bartlett. Nicholls' horses are running to a 34% strike rate, and Stay Away Faye's an 8-1 joint favourite for the Brown Advisory. You'd really want him to be winning this and winning this well. And I think he will. I think he's going to pick up this grade 2. Grade Dawning's obviously boosted the form of that Exeter race, having won that graduation chase at Haydock the other week. Stay Away Faye for me. The price has gone 5-6. If you were to drift to even money, I'd still make him a better even money, to be honest with you. But I got on 6-5. That'd be the price I'd advise him at. But if you can get even money, back him at even money. That's the 3 selections for tomorrow's racing. What I'll do is I'll post all my selections before racing on Twitter tomorrow. My Twitter handle will be in the description for this video below. But what we're going to do is we're now going to move on to Saturday's racing, trying to get through it as quickly as possible, to be honest. It's quite late now on Thursday evening. And my first selection comes in the 1:15, which is the fighting 5th hurdle. I've actually done a spreadsheet for this just to try and prove something. Constitutional wins if he turns up. Of that, there's no denying. But it's who's going to come in second that I'm interested in. I'm going to look for a forecast or bet without. And bet without markets aren't up yet, but there'd be something I'd be interested in playing in, depending what prices we can get. I've had a quick look at the forecast as well, which I'll advise you. Now, I've taken out the course aspect of this shortlist, given that it's rearranged from Newcastle to Sandown, and looked at the general trends for the sort of winners that we get. So, for instance, 10 of the 13 winners were aged between 5 and 7. 8 of the last 13 winners won on the last run, so it's beneficial but not necessary. 12 of 13 runners had at least winners had at least 5 runs over hurdle. Sorry, 11 of 13 winners were rated 152 or higher. That's a key one for me. And 12 of the 13 winners had won in either a grade 1 or a grade 2. Now, I think the mare's allowance could be vital here. There's two that benefit from the mare's allowance. That's Love or Voy, You Wear It Well. Now, You Wear It Well, I put her up in my Substack page to win at Wetherby on her reappearance, and she did win, she won well. But that form, whilst its mare form is decent, looking at the context of the Open Company, it doesn't stack up that well. She bet Lucia, rated 136 in second, and Katia and Dan Skelton in third at 138. Now, if you look at that in context of what she's facing tomorrow, she's well off that. And even her official rating showed that she's well below that form, should I say. Love Envoy, on the other hand, is a very, very solid bet here to come in behind Constitutional. She meets the age profile. She's got the official rating that she needs to be well, to go well according to the stats anyway. She's had 10 runs over hurdles. She's 3 from 3 at this track. She's got 2 grade 2 wins. She finished second behind Honeysuckle, and she's a soft ground winner. She's won all her starts at the track. That for me is a massive, massive bonus here. All 7 of her wins have come on soft ground, so she'll be suited by the testing conditions. Harry Fry is currently operating at 40% strike rate, with Jonathan Burke in the saddle riding at a 22% strike rate, should I say. The forecast, Constitutional to win and Love Envoy, Bet365 returning around 2.50. I think that's a fair bet. I'm going to try and get on that and in the betting without market as well. Shishkin, obviously, if a mark on 163 is the next best behind Constitutional, but it looks an out and out stayer now, doesn't it? 2 miles on here might be a bit too sharp, I think. So yeah, that'd be how I'd be playing it. Love Envoy to come in behind Constitutional and the fighting fifth. There's not much else to add on to that. Other than we will move on into the Henry VIII. Into the Henry VIII now. Let's have a look and see what we have to offer up here. So, just look at the betting, see what's happened with the betting. It's changed a little bit since last time I looked at the main one being ICO drifting out there. JPR1 obviously comes here after winning his chase debut, then unseating when miles ahead at Cheltenham, and he's been placed up there on the back of that. Now, if there are a couple of negatives with JPR1 when looking, so just to go through here, we've got the key trends of the age 5 and 6, which they all meet other than unexpected pie. 12 of the last 12 winners ran within the last 29 days. 11 had 5 runs over hurdles. They had at least 1 win that year, and you're looking for something that had graded form. Now, I've also added in their course form and ground as well. Now, JPR1, whilst he meets the age and last run profile experience over hurdles, had that season win. He hasn't run at Sandown. He hasn't got any graded form. So that puts him down on 5 out of 7. Now, if you look at the hurdle form, the slight negative with Colonel Harry is that he has run 2 days out of that 29-day window. That doesn't concern me in the slightest. And I think people are slightly playing down what he achieved at Chepstow on his chase debut on the fact that I think it was the last day, I think, maybe, I can't quite remember. It was an Adam Wedge and Evan Williams horse in second. They rode him to finish second on the basis that he'd fell on his chase debut and they eased him out at the end. They were wanting to just get a full circuit then. I think because of how easy they were on the second, people have been playing down Colonel Harry's performance that day. He's already a course winner here at Sandown, Colonel Harry. He's also placed in a grade 2. He's a winner over the trip. He's got soft ground form. I think he's got a really good chance of upsetting the apple cart here. You know, out of the office was the Evan Williams trained horse. Sorry, he finished second behind the mean line, who has followed that up this year already. I think won and run well in the Great Wood Hurdle. He won Bet Uncle Bert, who's performed well in handicap company over hurdles. He's got heavy and soft ground winning form. I think he's got a real chance here there of upsetting a few. what I would say is that Jamie Snowden's horses are running well, 18% strike rate, and Gavin Sheehan coming out of that suspension, getting away with that, has also got a 21% strike rate. I'm going to put him up as a bet at 4-1. That'd be a point to win at 4-1 there. He has drifted slightly, but I still back him a bet. JPI one's going to get punted off the board here. Joe Tizard, I would say, his horse is out in the best of form at the moment. He's obviously got JPI one on the big breakaway, which will come on to the Becher. Big day for him, really. But yeah, that'd be my bet there anyway. So we'll move on now through the card at Sandown, try and keep the pace up as best as we can. And let's have a look here. So this is quite a competitive race, and Sky Bet are paying 5 places stand out here. I've gone right to the bottom of betting. Too friendly. Now, you can't get him at 33-1 with the extra place, but you can get him at 20-1. That's the bet I'm going to be putting up here. Each way on Too Friendly for James Owen. Now, just having a look at his profile coming into this race, he's coming in off a mark of 138, having run to an RPR of 141, which behind Langadam is the second highest in this race. He's got a 25% strike rate over fences. Some pretty impressive numbers up there, but 25% is fair. He's got really solid form at Class 2 handicap company, reading first, fourth, second, fourth, sixth, fifth, second, first, and first. He finished second in the listed company at Kempton, which is fair form. Rabaud has since won at graded level, First Street, previous graded winner in third, and So Royal, previous graded winner in fourth. That was fair form back at Kempton. That was his reappearance run. He did pull up at Cheltenham last time out, but he's been dropped back to a mark of 138, which is what run off in that listed company at Kempton earlier on. His 3 best runs, according to Racing Post ratings, have all come on right-handed tracks. I think he's got, although he's got course form, which is something that I like to look for, he's a winner over the trip, winner on soft ground. He gets 5 out of 6 on my ratings, which is the highest, and yet is the highest price of the lot. So Too Friendly at 20-1. I think he could hit the frame here and get us some each way money. And I believe my last selection comes in the Tingle Creek, which again is a market I would be looking at playing in the without. I'd be looking at playing in the without market. Sorry. Again, we've gone through it here. You've got John Bonner, who's obviously a heavy favourite to win, and I think he will win and win well. I hope he does win well. To be fair, it's not an horse I've really got along with in the past, but I hope he does win to make the champion chase market a little bit more interesting. He scored 6 out of 6 on it, justifies favouritism there for in my book. So I can't be looking at backing him at that short price. But what I would look at doing is the forecast again. Now, I'm going to play the forecast with Edwardstone. I was really impressed with his reappearance from behind John Bond at Cheltenham. If he runs to that form again, I think it'll be enough to finish second behind John Bond. He's miles clear of the rest on official ratings. He's course and distance winner. That says 10 days since he last run. It's actually 20. He run the same day as John Bond. Apologies there. Course and course distance, grade 1 winner, soft ground winner. He's unbeaten when standing up, going right-handed. As mentioned, his forecast was really good, and he can get the forecast John Bond to win, Edwardstone to come second at 2.78. So it'd be a point at that. So that's 2 forecasts, 2 without the favourite. I will have a look at the without the favourite. I'll post them prices on my Twitter page. Now, my final selection comes in the Becher chase. Now, this is where the shortlisting really comes in handy when you've got big field handicap and you can really look at it. The main things to take away out of this was you're looking for a horse with 13 runs over fences, someone that had chase experience over the national fences, a prep run, and something that's carrying 10 stone, 12 or less. They are the main things. What I would mention is under supervision is going to come in for a lot of support because there's a Twiston Davies stable form at the moment. Only 3 of the last 31 winners were age 7. That'd be a massive negative for me. You don't want a horse rated below 135, which would rule out Dorking Boy, Lounge Lizard, and Percussion, who's also quite hefty in the market. For me, Minella trumps the way that I'm going to play this with Donald McCain. Don't ask me why. I've just got a feeling that he's going to run a big race here. He might not win, but I think he'll hit the frame, and we have got some each way money to be made here. Sky Bet again paying 5 places. William Hill there stand out 22-1, but I ain't got a William Hill account, so it'd be 20-1 with Sky Bet that I'll be backing that at. So he's had a prep run, as mentioned, is essential. He didn't do a great deal in that prep run, but I wouldn't read too much into that. I think that was probably a pipe opener for this one, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at the stats for him then. He has got slight negative in the fact that he's rated 145. 12 of the last 13 winners were rated 142 or lower. He's age 9, which is good. 10 stone 11, so he's carrying that. He did finish 11 and 15 in Cheltenham Handicap last month, but again, as I said, I think that was a pipe opener. He's got good national fence experience. He finished 15th in the national. He finished, which is quite a telling thing, to be honest. So in a national, he was far too exposed over that trip of 4 mile. Coming back in trip over national fences 3 mile should be handy. He's had 13 starts over the fences, so plenty of experience. He's won over 3 miles at Perth, so he'll be suited. His best runs do come on good ground. Soft ground at H, I should have mentioned, could be a slight negative, but you get a bit of insurance there for your money. I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be okay here. Ashtown Lad, I will mention, he looks rock solid based on my spreadsheet at the top of the market. He's not just really a price to get jiggy with. I might have a saving on Ashtown. I've just got a feeling that Skeletons are going to get one of these big ones go in. They've had a couple touched off, but we know how good he is at the target chain a bit. Yeah, that I'm suggesting here is Manila Trump, and that be each way at 20-1, 5 places. I haven't updated the profit and loss spreadsheet because we've had so many non-runners this week. I just haven't seen the point, and I haven't got time to do it tonight. As I said, I'll post all my selections on my Twitter page, which is at Racing TJW. So follow over the next couple of days. Hopefully, we'll be back on Saturday with a look ahead to Sunday's racing. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, as you can appreciate, doing the show, it takes quite a lot of time, which is something I'm going to address at the start of next week going forward with the channel. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope we can find some winners. Any feedback, please leave a comment or DM me on Twitter. Best of luck and gamble responsibly. Cheers.